Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
I woke up this morning. And by that, I mean I didn't oversleep. Hola, bon dia, alegria. Monson here with the Good Morning Portugal show and the podcast, and of course, the Good Morning Portugal Club, where, of course, you can learn, as of yesterday, with me to celebrate my birthday. Join me on the 30-day challenge learning European Portuguese. A few of us have started that. We're already having a great time with Maria and a little bit of Vitor as well. So come over. It's not too late to join us. Sign up at gmpvip.com. Let's, without further ado, bring our wonderful guest of this morning on, Reverend M. Mama Bear McGowan. Let's give her a nice... No, hold on a minute. That's a bit too noisy, isn't it? Let's have some nice gumper dust for M. The celestial carpet ride into the studio. Good morning to you, Em. How are you? Oh, do you know we were having some sound problems, Em? I think you're muted again. What happened between then and now, or now and then? Let's try you again.
Good morning and happy
Good
birthday,
morning.
Carl.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent.
Really.
Your serenity is coming through. I wouldn't say loud and clear, but just gently and gracefully from central Portugal to GMPHQ here.
Thank you.
Well, great to see you. And we never really know what we're going to talk about until we come into the moment, do we? And I think we've got a little bit of a guide, perhaps because there's quite a lot of talk about citizenship, and that's come from a background of stirred feelings and political will around immigration generally into Portugal. It's not 2020 or 2015 anymore, is it? There's a different sort of atmosphere, Em. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's global. It's not
True.
just in Portugal. There's people everywhere questioning everything. And I think, well, more than I think, I feel that this is as all part of the waking up.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to challenge our beliefs. We live in a round planet, you know, and there is no sides in a round planet. So we're recognizing that maybe the borders and they're not really, they don't make sense. You know, birds don't pay attention to borders, and bees don't pay attention to borders, and there's only us humans that do, really.
Why is that, do you think? How do we get into that?
Well, it's this power over paradigm. We have had this belief system for such a long time that tells us we're separate and that makes us take control and try and gain power over, when actually when we're in relationship with, such as the bees and everything that's out there, birds and the bees, the life, the trees, everything knows it's in relationship with its environment. And when you're in relationship with, there is no border, there is no separateness. We're all breathing the same air, you know. It's logic.
And kind of bonkers as well, isn't it? Because what we seem to be doing at the moment isn't working terribly well, which is having people
for a very long time, has it?
Well, some say it's better than it's ever been, which I guess you come to a point in life, don't you, where you think, okay, well, yeah, I get that, and you can hold two seemingly contradictory ideas or positions or facts, and then there is, yeah, we probably could do a bit better. There is room for improvement or space for the realization of a fuller potential for humanity. And that's probably what we're talking about here, isn't it?
Yeah, the potential that we all carry. We all, like, the universe is ever evolving, ever expanding. It's the science says that. And we are just we are just a fragment of that universe. We too are ever evolving, ever expanding from the minute that we were shot into life in the womb, that we then became more. Every division of cells, we became more until we were birthed into being, and then we became more, and we grew and grew and grew, and here we are today. Maybe we're not growing in quite the same way, but we're all able to grow and evolve and expand mentally, physically. We're able to get fitter, get healthier, change our belief systems. We're able to learn new skills. We're able to get rid of whatever's not serving us anymore. We're able to question life and all the aspects of life and find what's true for us. And as we grow and evolve and unfurl, we get into better and better, like what could make today any better than this, you know?
Yes,
And
absolutely. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? Great question.
yeah, I mean, there's already today we're talking to one another, we're able to connect and to be present and offer other people our presence. And that in itself is the miracle through right use of technology. It's a truly marvelous thing. Like,
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. It is miraculous, isn't it? And worth pondering for a moment. And what do you think this can bring to the what seems like the very real issue, a political issue, as it mainly it would appear through the lens of politics and society? What's going on? The upheavals that you mentioned aren't unique to Portugal at the moment, but serious. We, specifically here in Portugal, we are subject to it at the front end for us, if you like. The theatre
well,
for it for us is
let's
Portugal,
try
isn't it?
let's try and just look at this sensibly for a moment.
Yes. It's about time somebody did.
At some point, like, we were born somewhere and then we moved, whether we moved across Britain or we moved across Europe or we moved across the world. And throughout our ages and stages of life itself, human life itself on the planet, we have immigrated. Yeah, we have gone from one place of being to another. We have met other people. We have birthed, in many ways, new ways of being. We have met different cultures, different languages, different ways of being. We have taken on things. We have embraced some things as our own, different belief systems and things. And life has been a box of chocolates before there was even chocolate to consider. you know, we've always had that blessing that is just truly wonderful. And we've got the blessing through meeting different people, meeting different places, contemplating different things, challenging our belief system. Our limited awareness has been as limited as we've been able to be. Nowadays, we are able to travel the globe right now without getting in the car, with managing to keep our carbon footprint low through use of technology. Here we are today. And we didn't have to drive thousands of miles or hundreds of miles to meet. We just needed to turn on the phone. And we're able to connect with people globally. We're able to just jump in and be present with people in America, people with Australia, people with New Zealand. And through that, our awareness is expanding and evolving. We're able to be present. We're able to listen. We're able to connect. We're able to grow, and we're able to think, well, what suits us, like what feels right for us, and what's right for highest good. Because we never got to this way of being where we can eat Indian meals, we can eat Chinese meals, we can eat Italian meals through staying in our own backyard. We've had our lives changed by surgeons who have studied in the UK, who were maybe from abroad. We have been able to get in planes and go places. Before, we used to watch the birds and think, well, where've they come from? Where are they going to? And travel is much safer than it ever was. So we've got all these amazing opportunities to emigrate. and to embrace life in all its forms and meet people. And like, I am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that we could come to Portugal and embrace the Portuguese way of being, and learn about Portuguese cooking and Portuguese customs and the Portuguese ways of life that have made our lives better. You know, as immigrants in Portugal, we've come from somewhere where we were feeling a little caught up in things to a much calmer way of life. And once you get your head round, you know, the very calm ways of doing things, and you get used to the amazing fresh food and the abundance of water, even on hot days like today, when you can go to the font and you can get that fresh water, and all these different ways of being that is made possible because Portugal was Portugal. It wasn't trying to be anything else, and it's just a blessing. And I'm so grateful for the lives that we have, that we're able to have through Portugal. You know, I did a marriage. Did I share with you that I married someone a few months ago on the beach, on the Silver Coast?
I was aware of that personally. I'm not sure you mentioned that on the show.
Yeah. And those beautiful people, Tony and Maria, were from Portugal originally, and they'd emigrated to the USA, and they'd built their lives in the USA, and they'd wanted to come back to Portugal for 20 odd years. It was 25 years that they'd not been able to be, they weren't able to marry in Portugal, because they couldn't afford it back then. They had to marry in the United States, and eventually they could come back here and marry on the 25th wedding anniversary. And I was the one that was blessed and honored to do that. Now, they immigrants in the USA. They took their Portuguese way of being to the USA. The amazing USA citizens, you know, amazing American citizens. They've got the family there, but they've also got the family here. So not only have you got Portugal in America, you've got America in Portugal. You know, and when they come over, they want to come back here because of the way of life and because of the opportunities that they're offered. But again, it's immigration. It's where we're all being able to move about and bring our skills to different places. I mean, Tony is an amazing mechanic, and we need more amazing mechanics here in Portugal. And you know, many of the Portuguese couldn't afford to live here. They've gone abroad to get different ways of being and learn different skills, but they do come back. And we too have moved to be able to fit with our economics. I suppose it's what we could afford. We've moved to a life we could afford, and we're having the best life that we could live because here is more affordable for us. And here we've got Portugal's amazing for immigrants. We've got immigrants from Sweden. Like just this last week at Creative Roots, we've had Estonians here, we've had Swedish people here, we've had Polish people here, French people here, people from London, people from Scotland, just in the last week. Like, what an amazing thing is it that we can all be together and be present and share our skills, share our stories, and celebrate living in Portugal. We've also had
Beautiful.
Portuguese.
Well,
You know?
in an atmosphere of, I think, a little bit of fear going on at the moment and concern, it's lovely to hear your honouring of what immigration can bring. And can I call on you as we conclude this morning for something, you know, like a prayer or a hope to address the fear, because that's very real as well, isn't it? You know, I don't disagree at all with anything you've said, and I'm sure people wouldn't, in theory, about the beauty of how human beings move around the planet and can bless each other. We'd be worse off for it in so many ways if that hadn't happened. I mean, it's not like it couldn't have happened. It's just what humans do. And in this atmosphere of growing fear and tension around immigration, like, too many people, we haven't got enough resources. These thoughts are coming up, and people are
There
trying
is
to address
no
them.
lack or limitation. There is no
What do you,
lack or limitation in the
okay,
universe. The universe that grows and expands, always evolving.
yeah.
Limited resources, it's limitless. Look, we can walk down the street, there's oranges falling on the ground. All we've got to do is remember to circulate. Life circulates life. Air circulates as air. Is there a lack of it? No, there is not. Love circulates, it brings more love as we're circulating love. Is there a lack of love? No, there is not. There is absolutely no lack of love on this planet. Maybe we're afraid to circulate it, but it's still there. So in a world where there is no lack, there is only abundance. The only thing that's stopping us is the barrier, is the borders in our own mind. We need
Mm.
to open our mind, and as they say in Rising Appalachia, let the dove fly. Remember the peace and the possibilities and the potential that's out there. The only border, the only barrier is that we contain within ourselves. Once we can get over that desire to control, to contract, to stop being, the minute we're able to open ourselves up to the potential, the possibilities, to the places and the skills that exist out there, and to be back on a peaceful planet, which is the way it is right now. There's over 80% of the planet living in absolute peace.
It's worth
Despite
remembering
the
that,
fact,
isn't it?
yeah, it is worth remembering that. It's worth bringing back our focus. Where's our focus at? We can focus on lack and limitation. It's not serving us. Don't turn away from what is. Allow it to be.
Thank you very much.
Are you
And
ready for the prayer?
yes, let's do that. Let's conclude with that. And I want to just acknowledge you as somebody who is doing this, because people might say, well, it's all very well, like not having any borders. But I think you live a borderless life, don't you? Your project is open, isn't it? You're walking your talk.
I do. Yeah, I practice
Yes.
what I preach.
Yeah, you do. You
Everything from
absolutely do.
peace and
You
yours to world peace. I'm
and some
practicing it right now.
creds to you for that. So yeah, let's finish with a bit of a prayer then this morning.
So I am grateful. I am grateful for our presence here today. I'm grateful for right use of technology. I am grateful that despite the world of appearances, that over 80% of the planet is at peace right now. And I am grateful that despite noticing so many crazy things going on in our lives globally, I know that that is just the human negativity bias playing out in our mind, and it's just psychology because my body and my mind is trying to protect me. But right now, I am grateful because I am safe and I am secure and I am grounded. I am grateful for the people and the places that bring peace and prosperity to the world. I'm grateful for the human lighthouses that exist. And I am grateful for the tools that can bring us home to ourselves, that help us to remember who we truly are at the roots of our very being. And from this space and place of gratitude, I recognize the one love that truly is beneath all of it, that love beyond all understanding, that agape love. I recognize that all activity is the one activity, the activity of love, that full one presence that is the one presence beneath it all, that one principle, that one presence that's never an absence, that peaceful presence, that absolute awareness that is aware of life and aware of itself. And I recognize the cosmic goodness that exists in the world, that universal goodness, that universal one non-dual good. And I am so grateful that it's everywhere, in everything, and it's expanding and evolving and unfurling right now, right here, right as we speak today.
Amen,
So,
sister.
yeah, I take these words of absolute gratitude and absolute knowingness, knowing that they are already returned as results, for this is an ever expanding resonance and resonating universe. It's feeling, it does not hear with its ears, it resonates with our very feeling, our very vibration. And as we hear vibrating love today, are resonating with that presence, it too is giving us back that, it is giving us back more love, more presence, more awareness, and it's expanding and evolving and bringing more peace. So I am thankful for this loving language of law that always is absolute truth. And so it is, and so it shall be.
Thank you.
Forever.
I'm grateful.
Amen.
I'm sorry. I'm thankful and grateful to you forever and ever. Amen, sister. Thank you so much, for sending us on our
Thank
way
you.
like that. And talking of human lighthouses, we're going to talk to Raphael in a moment, and he's a human lighthouse in the real estate industry with the agency. And we'll chat with him in just a moment. But let me thank you so much for that, for sending us on our way on this beautiful Tuesday here in Portugal on the 8th of July. Great to hang out with you in your beautiful place in central Portugal. You have a great day, and thank you so much for that. You seem to have frozen on the screen. I'm going to give you a little bit more of Gumper dust now. Take care. Bye for now, Em. Thank you very much.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need